10 tricks that you may or may not know in Counter-Strike 2, Part 7. Enjoy. Starting on Nuke today, if the team you're versing constantly throws the molly hut, you can actually dodge it as long as you stay on this far side just above the door. Sometimes it does reach into this corner, but if it does, you can just drop back onto the door and this will be completely safe every single time. If you're pushing towards secret outside and you know someone's heaven and they're not peeking constantly, you can actually spam this whole wall in towards the heaven area, potentially getting a frag off it, as the person who's sitting in this doorway would tend to stay close to it on the other side. Moving back onto A site now, if you didn't know, you can actually jump on top of the site. It is a tougher jump to land, but can pay off if you've got the balls to do it. Surprisingly on hut there is another spot you can get to that is a glitch, but it's just between Annex here and the vent that goes down towards B. So you just want to jump into this spot right here where I'm aiming. And as you see, you get stuck. Now keep in mind here, this is more of a gimmick spot. You are not accurate when you're here. Moving over to Mirage now, playing under the palace area. Actually jump up onto these bricks here, and you can see a pixel that goes straight through towards A main. You can shoot through it with an AWP, and it doesn't even wallbang the box, but the best way I've found to use this is mid to late round. If you have a teammate that's watching towards palace in your connector, if you can just sit here like this, you can just see if people are going to walk past, as it's going to change color as it's a bright line, allowing you to call it to your teammate and for you to swing together. Keep in mind you can't jump off this without making noise, so maybe as they've pushed out you can drop and make the noise, but allow your teammate to know that they're there, and maybe throw you a support flash for you to swing off. Moving over to apps now, I'm just going to show this spot and not talk for a second. As you can see, you can get on top of this lamp right here in the corner, and the only reason I figured this out is because I used refrag.gg. I came in contact with Refrag a few days ago, and they've blessed me with some codes to give away to you guys. They also gave me a discount code for you to use at the checkout to get 15% off of your order if you are to go buy a monthly subscription off them. I highly recommend them, as it's what I use to warm up every day, and it's allowed me to find spots like this, so definitely give them a look. Moving over onto B site now, as people tend to jump spot, this becomes more and more common, as people can jump up onto this ledge right here in apps and listen for the jump spot, pushing up on the left side here, and then they can time it by swinging out onto you and killing you as you jump. But I found this neat little spot in the back of bench here that you can just jump spot over this box right here on site. You can jump spot this while holding a molly, and as you see someone, you can just throw your Molotov in towards the door, pull out a HE, aim at the bottom corner of this box right here and do a W jump throw. That's going to come right in through this window here, resulting in free damage towards the enemy, as the molly's going to stop them, and they're just going to eat this nade. Moving over to Anubis now. If you have a teammate that's pushed up outside of E-box, and you're up in mid, you can throw this really nice flash to support them in. All you have to do is come up to this wall here, aim at the bottom of this part of the wall here, just in this window part, and do a left click throw. As you see, that's going to do 2 bounces, and it's going to pop right at the top of this doorway right here, blinding anyone that's potentially holding this angle, allowing your teammate to run in and get the frag. I showed this Molotov in another video, but I don't think many people saw it, so I'm going to show you guys again, as it's a very strong Molotov that you should be using in your Anubis games. This is how I throw it. A lot of people throw it differently, but I come up to this back wall here, and I aim at the top of this wall right here we're shown, on the furthest to the left, so I've got this right above my crosshair. And as I'm running, keeping the crosshair where it is as I'm running, I want to jump throw when I reach about this position here. On the bottom brick, I want to throw about halfway through it. That's going to look like this. As you see, that's bouncing off this pillar right here and landing outside of E-box. If you do this at the start of the round, I guarantee the enemy's going to be typing into the chat and calling you a util demon. You can also use this with a HE, but use it like 3 seconds after you get to this spot at the start of the round, as you want to hit them when they're running in towards E-box. Moving on over to Ancient now. Over on the shelf position, you can actually do a silent drop, and that just uses these bricks in the corner right here. So as you're pushing up to this wall right here, if you just walk towards the corner as you're falling, it will actually come out silent. As I understand, you can just go down these boxes like this without making any noise. You never know, there may be a situation where you just need to know something like this and it might pay off. Moving over into red now, if you didn't know, you can actually get on top of this floodlight as well. All it requires is to just jump and crouch while just strafing around as long as you don't hit your head on this roof here. Walking all the way into the corner as far as possible is going to minimize how much of your shadow is actually showing and they won't know that you're on this. If you play A-side on Dust 2, and the enemy team's pushing up short, you can throw this flash that ZywOo throws, and it's a very strong flash as the enemies find it really hard to see. It basically revolves around this tree right here, and just by looking into about the middle of it and doing a left click right click throw with a flash, from the enemy's perspective, you just can't really see the flash at all, as it kind of blends with the tree, resulting in free frags for you to swing on. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and if you do go on to buy a refrag subscription, be sure to use code ZORI at the checkout. Hope you have a good day or night, and cheers.
He's still there, just run in and...
He's got gooned on.